Hello, welcome to Star Space. I am Toad. So we recently watched these two planets collide and explode against each other and stuff. It was cool. But I guess the station wasn't far enough away, and the blast or the concussion or whatever sent us flying through space. But the station has slowed itself down enough now to right itself and get back to normal. I need to find Scully, though. He was just in his little ship that he hasn't even named yet. He's probably thousands of miles from wherever I ended up. This looks pretty cool. So, while I look for Scully with the station's science crap, I can show you the fifth and final story in this 10-cent public domain comic book. Did they save the best for last? You be the judge.
Prisoners on Solar.
Wait, Rand, listen to me. I will make you wealthy beyond your wildest dreams if...
Tell it to the Seven Planet Council, Barto. You've been my wildest dream this century. All I want to do is seal the chamber behind you and lock you out from the world forever.
7 planets breathed freely once more as Black Bardo, last of the dreaded interplanetary brigands of the 40th century, was about to be committed to a lifetime of solitary confinement in a man-made penal satellite suspended in the cold void, 50,000 miles above Earth. For Dick Rand, resolute captain of Interplanetary Patrol Group 1, this was the final curtain of a 2-billion-mile space chase. Suddenly, a shattering ray lanced into Rand's hand.
OWWW.
Hi. See, Rand. My men have been desperate without me. You have no choice but to let me go free.
The intruding spaceship hovered above Bardo for a second and then caromed off with added human cargo.
Forget me, Lieutenant. Drop the space plank. After them. Go after them.
It's too late. That ship has the new type titanium-fueled thrust jets. Our ship could never duplicate the speed. We've lost Barto.
The next day, Rand made his report to Earth's 1P headquarters.
By Jupiter, Rand. The 7-Planet Council was furious because of Barto's escape. But it all turned out well. Look at this video transcript. Group 4 got your message of the escape and beamed in on Barto's ship heading straight for the artificial sun, Solar.
Yes, there's his ship heading for a solar ray. The fool. He flew right into the atomic heat ray and disappeared.
Nothing can withstand the withering heat put out by the atomic furnaces on Solar. Barto has been destroyed. I'll wager when Eric Lindstrom designed and built Solar 600 years ago to supply heat to the 7 inhabited planets of the system when the sun started to die out, he never dreamed it would destroy a space brigand.
According to the history transcripts, Lindstrom had the uncanny ability to foresee many things. Maybe he did foresee such a possibility.
That afternoon, as Dick Rand stepped onto the public streetway,
BRRR. It got mighty cold all of a sudden. What a chill in the air.
the slight chill on Earth was nothing by comparison to the raging snowstorm, the first in 600 years, to mantle the planet Venus. And 3 days later, a cold calamity engulfed far-flung Saturn's domed cities that had been bombarded with an unrelenting snowstorm.
The dome is cracking from the weight of the snow.
What has happened to Solar?
Okay, so I found Scully. Sort of. The station's science stuff sort of contacted his ship, but it doesn't know where he is. Something about space rays or background radiation or some technical space crap. Let's see what he's up to. Scully?
Hey, Toad. Did you see that explosion? That was awesome.
Yeah. Do you know where you are?
I'm in space.
Can you be more specific?
I'm in space somewhere in my ship.
Okay, I'll see if I can locate Scully. Here's more of the comic book. Be right back.
The interplanetary telebeams resounded to that one question: what has happened to Solar? And at an emergency meeting of the Seven Planet Council,
Something must be done. We are freezing to death.
Our vegetation crops have been destroyed.
IP Group 1 has been sent out to investigate Solar.
meanwhile, Captain Rand with IP Group 1 neared Solar.
It all appears normal, Captain. See. All 7 furnace rays are operating.
Operating, yes. But each ray's output has been diminished by 4 million Lindstrom thermal units. By Jupiter, Solar is sealed and cannot be entered. If this keeps up, our universe will freeze. Uncanny that this should happen right after Barto was destroyed, or was he? No, it is impossible. By interplanetary agreement, Solar was sealed against the possibility of an aggressive planet gaining control of it. What was that?
Reporting the stowaway, Capt. Rand. The female kind.
What in Saturn's rings are you doing on an IP ship?
I am Erica Lindstrom and I know Black Barto is not dead. He is inside Solar.
Barto, inside Solar. Impossible. But, wait. Eric Lindstrom. Why, yes, I remember you. Who doesn't know every member of the illustrious Lindstrom family? What's this business about Barto?
He is on Solar. I have undeniable proof.
Why didn't you present it to the Seven Planet Council?
For reasons of my own, I couldn't tell the council. But you must listen. I knew you were coming to Solar to investigate the freeze, and that's why I'm here. To stop Barto. Put these mini plans on the documentary viewer. When my ancestor, Eric Lindstrom, built Solar, he entrusted the plans to be guarded by our family down through the centuries. These are the plans.
But what has this got to do with Barto and the freeze?
Lindstrom believed someday something would go wrong with Solar, and he built an invisible spaceport alongside Saturn's atomic ray, right here. All a spaceship has to do is fly right through the spaceport to enter Solar. Barto stole copies of the plans and knows this.
Then Barto wasn't destroyed.
No, he's inside Solar. We must go inside Solar, too.
The huge IP ship slowly nosed around to face Solar.
You know something, Miss Lindstrom. I believe you. You're too pretty to tell lies. We're going into Solar.
Don't miss the spaceport or we'll be destroyed.
By Jupiter. You were right, Erica. We are going right through Solar. There's a landing field near the main atomic furnace.
The IP ship landed, surrounded by a band of Barto's space brigands.
What a rough-looking welcoming committee.
They will not harm us. Here comes Barto.
Well, dear Erica, you told the heroic IP boys all about my little secret.
By the orders of the Seven Planet Council, you are under arrest, Barto. My men aboard the ship have the ray guns trained on your men. One false move, and
your spaceship disappears. Look.
a V-gun trained on my ship. Why, you...
No, Rand. Don't kill him.
Why, thank you, Erica. Your men will throw out their small arms ray guns and be put under guard inside the ship. As for you,
Suck.
I could freeze the universe, but I have a big heart. I just told the Seven Planet Council they'll have to pay for that big heart with tribute or die. One shipload of treasure for each day of heat, or I shut down the furnace. Ha, ha.
So it turns out Scully isn't too far away. I thought I would take my ship, the Toad 1, out for a spin to guide him back. While we close the distance, how about a song from my favorite band, Orbiting Spy?
Bartow's threat took on a cold, freezing aspect as 3 days later, a huge glacier field engulfed the northernmost cities of Earth.
KRUNCH.
And all over the 7 planets, the doomed populace swarmed to council headquarters.
Pay the tribute, or we will all die.
Yes, Bartow will turn the universe into an iceberg. Pay the tribute.
The desperate 7-planet council held a life-or-death emergency meeting.
Counselors, we have all agreed to pay the tribute. All tribute cargo carriers will leave for Solar at once.
Laden down with the treasures of 7 planets, the huge tribute space armada converged upon Solar. Meanwhile, aboard the captive spaceship, Bartow told the captives the decision of the 7 planets.
By Jupiter, Erica, why did you save his filthy life?
Yes, Erica. Tell him.
I can't.
My real name is Bartow Lindstrom. Erica is my sister. Figure that one out, Rand. Meantime, I must welcome the treasure armada.
What?
It's true. Bartow is my half-brother. That's why I couldn't tell the council and disgrace the Lindstrom name. I thought I could talk Bartow out of this mad scheme. But no. It's no use.
You poor kid.
There's no time for sympathy. Bartow must be destroyed. There is a way. My ancestor provided for it when he built Solar. It's a chance to take, but if successful, the old dying sun will be restored. And Bartow destroyed. But we must get off Solar.
The pair devised a plan and...
OHH, my stomach. OHHH.
Guard. This girl is dying.
And, as the unsuspecting guard entered...
Suck.
Get his key, Erica, and free my men. All right, men, disband to your flight positions. Close the ports.
UGHHH.
And outside.
Rayman. Stop that ship. Ray it out of the universe.
But Rand was way ahead of Bartow. A thin streak of atomic energy lanced into the V-gun structure, and...
We're free. Quick. Beam in all captains of the tribute armada at once. Captains of the armada, stand by. This is Capt. Dick Rand of IP, Group 1. Listen to this message by Erica Lindstrom of the illustrious Lindstrom family, creators of Solar. Listen.
My captains, Bartow will bleed the universe of our wealth. He'll hold us in frigid captivity, unless he is destroyed. Turn your spaceships about. Push Solar into the dying sun. It is our only chance to gain liberty.
Erica's words were words of authority, for, as if in one swoop, the spaceship armada turned toward Solar. And with one gigantic thrust, pushed Solar out of her orbit to hurtle toward the dying sun.
Lindstrom's calculations were right, Erica. Luke, the atomic rebirth of the sun. Man will no longer need the Solar.
Yes, my ancestor planned for this 600 years ago. He knew someday something would happen to Solar. Only he didn't foresee that a black sheep, Lindstrom, abandoned in the sun, would cause the sun to be lit once more.
The end.
So I guess that's the end of that comic book. Thanks for joining us. Hey Scully, have you named your ship yet?
I was thinking of calling it the Pinto.
The Pinto?
Yeah, it reminds me of a Ford Pinto. I don't know why. I don't know why Ford would name a car after a bean. I guess maybe they thought it looked like a bean?
I think they named it after a horse.
Why would they name a bean after a horse? Actually, it's more like driving a Pontiac Fiero.
Are you a car guy?
Not at all. I only like cars that no one else likes.
Race you back to the station?
Well, okay, but I'm in a Pinto.
An experimental new steroid transformed this once ordinary food industry pig into
Bacon, the butcher slayer.
slaying butchers. For pigs everywhere.
Rayman, stop that ship. Ray it out of the universe.